There's the horn. This is the Dixie horn. It actually came off of Amazon. Everything was all pretty much pre-wired. It does have pretty detailed instructions. It's got the hose. It's got pretty much everything. So let's see how it works. Okay, so in order to mount the Dixie horns, what I'm working on now is a bracket. And I tried to find space underneath this thing, which is really difficult. So what I came up with is this is just a piece of ABS plastic. It's going to be durable enough for what I need. And I'll show you where I'm planning on mounting this thing. Obviously, all the instructions say underneath the engine compartment because, well, that's where the battery is and everything. But I'm planning on mounting it. Let me see if I can mount this thing here. Along this pinch weld right here. And I got this thing really close to that bend. And I'm gonna have the horns go alongside here. And the compressor is gonna be mounted to this thing also. So that's where I'm at right now. Yeah. We'll see how this goes. All right, so let me show you what I've got figured out so far. I have found these wonderful little factory pieces that I'm going to reuse. This was probably actually from another project, but I'll show you what I've got. I've got two of them in right now in the bracket. And the bracket is being held in place. One right there, and one right there. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and put the two more in, and then I will start to figure out the trumpets. Sorry, I'm not very good at moving the light with the camera. And then the compressor as well. All right, mounting bracket is mounted. I went ahead and put in all 4 screws for right now just to get an idea of where to mount the trumpets and compressor. So that's what we'll be accomplishing next. So here is progress so far. Got one, and I probably can't see nothing in it. 2. Well, that's 1 still. There's 2. 2 trumpets mounted. I have 3 more to go, and the compressor. And yes, I have thought this through. So, no hate. All right. I think I've got everything right about where I want it. Now I'm just going to hook up the air lines, and I'll show you that after I get that hooked up. All right, so here's the mess. I have to take off the blue one in order to remove this whole thing, so I'll be putting that hose on under the car, which that's not really that difficult, but there it is. Now, we're gonna get it bolted together. We're gonna see about wiring. Yeehaw. All right, before I pull this thing off the ramps, let me show you where I'm at underneath. I've got everything bolted in, snugged up, tightened, whatever. And then that is the power wire, and I've got it coming through the factory port there. So if it's good enough for factory, it's good enough for me. Now we're going to pull it off the ramps and start wiring. All right, so the only thing left is to hook up the positive wire. I got everything run, and because I've got put sound deadening in this thing a while back, and I just have this hanging here for right now. Everything's still kind of loose just to make sure it works. So let's hook up the positive and see what happens. All right, positive is hooked up all the way through the car, and let's see, we have contact. All right, so we last left with the horn button not working, and it came down to, it was the fuse, and I do not think I have it out here right now, but it was a tube fuse. It was split right down the middle of it, so I had to go to Amazon and pick up some of these bad boys. And there's a 20 amp in there. I got it all wired up now. And before I start tucking stuff away again, let's see how she works. Let's see what the problem is. Welcome back to the continuing saga of the Dixie horn. This is the second or third day. I've had to take some time off because, well, I was popping fuses. Ended up popping 3 different fuses and contacted the company, and the guy told me that he could suggest a 25 amp fuse, bump it up 5, and what it is the coil is too tight in the compressor. He said just needs time to loosen up. I don't know anything about that, but he said on the safe side he would prefer just sending me a new compressor, and he did. So kudos to the company for that, and I will be putting the link in the description down below. I did buy it off of Amazon. Well, I didn't buy it, but my sister bought it for me for Christmas, and have to install it. So because I won't be running the video or camcorder much in the garage because it is dark, it's cold, obviously you see I'm in Carhartts, I will do a little bit here and there. It's not very easily to see, but I'll do what I can. All right, everything is hooked up once again. So we're gonna jump in here. We're gonna fire it up. And we're gonna test the horn again. Oh, it sounds good. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so I thought I'd give a little wrap-up video on the install and the horn itself. So I installed it properly. The issue was I continued to pop fuses. When I first did it, the first time I hit the horn, I didn't realize that's what the problem was, so I looked all over, couldn't figure it out, and I tried the horn again. Well, it didn't work, obviously. So went ahead and got rid of the tube fuse, bought the fuse block from Amazon, put that in, put a 20 amp fuse in it, blew it a couple times, it popped. So put another one in, that one popped. That's when I got on Amazon, and not being the purchaser of it, I didn't really know what to do, but I looked up the company, and Amazon has this computer generated thing. Obviously it didn't work, and it sent me to the actual company. The guy got back with me pretty quick. He asked for my phone number. I gave it to him, and it wasn't 10 minutes later, and the guy was giving me a call. He wanted to know what was going on. I told him everything, and that's when he said, you know, we could do 25 amp, but because it's on your car, and sometimes those things get packed too tightly, the compressor gets it wound too tight, and it needs to be ran for a little while. And I didn't have anything to just throw this thing on and let it run for a little bit and hopefully get down to where a 20 amp would be fine. So he suggested that he would prefer just sending me a new compressor free of charge, and we'd go from there. He gave me his personal cell phone number. He said if there was any issues, to just let him know and just contact him directly. So this was actually, the compressor was sent to my sister. She got it to me, and I got it installed tonight, and as you can tell, everything worked out fine. I've already sent a picture, or sent a video to him of thanking him. I will be putting the link down below for their Dixie horn, or the company. I'm not sure how that works, but I'll be doing something like that, because the time that he got back in touch with me was amazing, and it's a top-notch company. Seriously, they really do good, and I was very pleased. And the horn sounds amazing. So tell me what you think. If you don't like it, that's fine. I don't really care if you don't like it. I put it on there more as a novelty than anything else. It's still going to have the factory horn, and I never really hit the factory horn. So this one I might actually want to hit and have some fun with. Yeah. So there you go. God bless.